On the 9th and 18th of September 2024, the first and second batches of the Akwa Ibom United Kingdom Education Trip Delegation returned from an unprecedented expedition, the first of its kind in the history of Akwa Ibom State. The Ibom 39 new merchants of light, overjoyed and unable to contain their gratitude, broke into euphoric cheers. "Thank you, Your Excellency, Pastor Moino," when they landed the arrivals of Victor Atta International Airport. They were received by their ecstatic parents, who also chanted songs of appreciation for the governor's magnanimous largesse.
I'm Favor Sunday Udo. I'm from Situbim local government area. I'm one of the students who went to United Kingdom for an edu trip. I want to say thank you to the governor of Akwa Ibom State for giving us this opportunity, for letting us to go and see a world outside of Nigeria and Akwa Ibom State.
I wish to thank His Excellency, our Governor, Pastor Mo Obasiano, for this opportunity he has given to the less privileged from the rural areas. Because going through the how the students were selected, if it was to be selected randomly, I don't think I would have been a beneficiary of this program.
This trip has left an unforgettable mark in my heart, and I'm very, very grateful to the Akwa Ibom State government, and most especially Governor Eno'S.
The all-expense-paid educational trip to the United Kingdom began with a rigorous merit-based selection process that spanned over a year.
So this idea happened on October 2023, when His Excellency, as part of the sideline activities of his visit to London, he attended the London Political Summit coordinated by Keta and Major, and he paid a visit to the mayor of Southwark. And the mayor of Southwark, while speaking, made a lot of propositions. We could do this, we could do that. His Excellency picked that of education and said he wants to follow through with that. And I was there, so he tasked me with following through with that. And in less than no time, he had sent a letter to the mayor, following up on the discussions they had. So when you go through that and you see that we started in October 2023 and is ending in September 2024, you know that a lot has gone into it. A lot of time investment, mind investment, thought investment.
We had to take students from rural schools, the remotest rural schools, and we had to select 3 from each local government area. And to make the process very transparent, we didn't even allow some key officials of the Ministry of Education to know what is happening. It was between myself, the president of ANCOBS, and the commissioner in Imemebo. We sat down and looked at a way we can make it very transparent. That's when it came to us that we should use the broadsheet. Let's say you are taking a broadsheet for last session. You will now see who took the first position, the second and the third positions. So what we did from those 3 rural schools, we took 3, the first 3, from 3 schools representing each local government area. And they came to do the selection test. At the test, we did the Ministry of Information, they're always working with us, so we interviewed some children. Some had never been to Uyo before. Some had never left their villages. So that was another experience. And the test was done amongst you can call them the brightest of the brightest, because we took the first 3 from all those schools, and we had about 279 students that took the examination. And the selection was done, all of them merit-based tests that brought them here, that got us the 39 that we took to to the UK.
For both the students and their parents, this historic trip was nothing short of miraculous, echoing the sentiment of Psalm 126. It seemed like a dream, too good to be true, when God returned Zion's exiles. We laughed, we sang, we couldn't believe our good fortune.
Moses ke for yari igena ke churu ke ya bena gu e ka bi makara agoro wita ke fong wera radia aru so kam fana basi Moses ke buyi
no de nung song tie ki churu so edin ko de bontom ke wi isat ntogo yin sibi ki churu mo ke wo ke yem ntogo yin ta ke isku sibi ke ni ka odu modu e ke ri no ibolo e wo ke ba su peme awin ami man again nemesit ntem eni egwo ndem mien uto wo ntemi enje mi ta isri ro edi ami ndi ko ruke pontom mi uto mpom ke di ku tek ton ke ri ma mi ni ku so esin me yo ni dara mo ba se so o mo enom anya nte ku to wo ntemi nye wo ke ipere ke no e wo ntom mi ne eno bike this ne no ku fo eno menye uto wo ntemi pi wo bele ba se mi adi nte ye mi when I got
the news, I was overwhelmed with joy. Doing that, our principal called me out and showed me to the student and said that the exam we went for, and I'm the one that came out first.
I was told that I am one of the winners. I was so happy. I couldn't wait to hear my name being mentioned as the winner.
And manike nemesi na Victor was in one of Victor no bo you successfully. And nkomo basi pan no governor jit anya na makpan nkomo ina mabianga ana makpan nkomo merit and what they merit.
When I was told that I was among those children that passed the examination, I was so excited.
I
have never experienced anything plain before or any aircraft. And 2 times, my son has just returned from Abuja. I've never experienced where Abuja is.
I was so excited when I heard the news.
After finalizing travel documentation and visa processes, and a pre-trip camping session was held, the students were briefed on code of conduct, communication skills, and etiquette, priming them for the journey ahead.
So one of the things we learn when we start out is how to do basic introductions. So let's say that I come into this space, or maybe you're walking up and I'm walking towards you and you want to greet me. What will you do?
The delegation, divided into 2 batches, consisted of 39 secondary school students, minders, professionals and state officials departed for the United Kingdom in late August and early September 2024. Before departure, Governor Omoino hosted the delegation to a lunch at Hilltop Mansion on August 26. He prayed for them and urged them to seize this life-changing opportunity by learning as much as possible.
For all of you here today, we just called you so that we can ask our fathers to pray for you. This is just a meeting for prayer, to release you into the wonderful, protective arms of God, so that He will take you peacefully and bring you peacefully back. God sees my heart. God sees our hearts. That none of you will be sick. Amen. And will not lose any of you. Amen. That's my greatest desire. But let this challenge you, that you have limitless opportunity. You are by no means inferior to anybody who went to any school anywhere in the world. That's the point I want to let it register in your mind that you can make it. You will make it. You should make it.
Upon arrival in London, the students embarked on a well-curated educational journey, offering immersive and experiential learning, beginning from the Nigerian High Commission, London. From London to Oxford, Cambridge to Coventry, it was a wild wind of discovery.
Since I was young, I've been hearing of Oxford University, but this is the first time I've had the opportunity to be here. I'm very happy. I've seen things that I've heard of, both in books and in news. Things I've never seen before. I've experienced it, I've felt it, I've touched it, and I've been there. So now, if I am supposed to give a talk or a debate on this, I'll be able to say, because what is said, what you see, is better than what you hear.
I grew up to hear my father mention Oxford University when it comes to academic excellence. I never imagined that I would one day walk along the pathways of this prestigious institution, and that we would one day return back here, and that time not as visitors but as qualified and admitted students of this great university.
The program featured tester sessions at various universities, introducing the student to life and learning in higher education. At Imperial College, a global leader in science, technology, engineering, medicine and business, the science-inclined students had hands-on lessons on the basics of aeronautics, while those interested in arts and other fields experienced similar tester sessions at Coventry University, renowned for its peace-building and business-related degree programs. The students also explored iconic landmarks like the National Maritime Museum, Greenwich Meridian Observatory, the Science Museum, the Museum of Natural History, Buckingham Palace, and Trafalgar Square.
Visiting these places taught me a lot. It taught me how to be confident, it taught me how to carry myself with charisma.
I also had the opportunity to travel through rail transportation, which has never happened in my life. That was the first time of me entering a train. I thank His Excellency very much, because if I wasn't in this trip, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to enter the train.
We met Dr. Andy Chiplin, a plane expert, who helped us construct a paper plane, and that knowledge I would love to share with others to see how to help them. We visited Coventry University, as well as Oxford. We took tours around their laboratories, libraries, and we've seen things that we've learned and would love to share back home and implement it while we grow older. Well, there's this saying I heard in the UK: with determination and hard work, the world can be your oyster. Many of us back here will never know what an Oyster card is. An Oyster card is a card used in the UK for transportation. So, if possible, I would love to implement that along with my team, those who were with me on this trip, to see how we can improve Nigeria's transportation system. Because in the UK, it has one of the best transport systems in the world. From trains to buses to airplanes to taxi cabs, they have it all. So if I could implement that here in Akwa Ibom State, it would be very beautiful.
And for me, those places inspired me. Those places made me to have a rethink. Those places actually made me to go back to the drawing board. And as a teacher, I want to improve here, as I've come back, in the teaching system, where my learners will be impacted effectively. And I know it will happen.
Learning takes place when there's change in behavior. The behavior, everything about these students, the orientation from what they have seen will change completely, because they have learned a lot from the trip, like the universities they have visited, the automation system, the transport system. So these children from now on will be thinking how to fit into what they have seen.
The groundbreaking education trip is a significant milestone in Governor Eno'S rural development and educational advancement agenda. It has garnered praise from scholars, political leaders, and the public, both within and beyond Akwa Ibom State.
The visit of Akwa Ibom State students into our institution is a great opportunity that I believe the governor has given to these children, for them to experience firsthand what academics is in the UK and how academic institutions are. I really appreciate this policy of the government.
Things like this don't happen by accident. Things like this happen because people have the determination, the perseverance to make it happen. And I have so much respect for His Excellency Governor Eno'S, because this would have not happened without him relentlessly working with the commissioner, working with everyone to make it happen itself. It's leadership that made this program happen. It's because a leader in Akwa Ibom State decided that he wanted to make this happen. And that is the power of leadership. And so that when you go back, you're thinking about how to become leaders in your own environment. Whatever you do, however hard work you do, whatever opportunity you take, if you don't become the leaders itself, if you don't make the change that you want to see within your community, the opportunities won't be there for your future generations. The opportunities won't be there. So I hope you take that with you.
And when I spoke to your governor as well, if Nigeria is successful, we are all Africa successful. We need role models, and we wanted Akwa Ibom mainly to have that amazing relationship, so that many other African countries will know the benefit of having kind of like a partnership or friendship with some brothers like Sadak. Immediately I became the mayor, the first team to walk through that door was the team from Akwa Ibom.
To wrap the education trip, the delegation was honored with a send-off party organized by the Akwa Ibom community in the United Kingdom, led by Friday Akpan, the senior special assistant to the governor on diaspora Europe.
This is the first time I've witnessed a thing like this in Akwa Ibom State. These children were picked from certain backgrounds that I wouldn't want to really go into details with. Ordinarily, we would have seen children of commissioners, chairmen of boards, but no. For government to have set up such initiative, it goes a long way to say that we have a very caring governor.
This event celebrated Governor Moino's visionary approach to transforming the educational landscape of Akwa Ibom youth. The pioneering initiative of giving rural students international exposure is a major moral booster for public schools in Akwa Ibom. It represents a new horizon in educational advancement, thus laying the foundation for the future leaders of the state.
They had absolute fun. They had a great time, and this event was well planned out, and I must commend the Akwa Ibom State government for putting in this much resources into this project. Their visits to the Imperial College, Coventry, Cambridge was really instructive, because it actually pointed to the fact that there are endless possibilities. They had an opportunity of interacting with the faculty, and they saw that if these people could do it, then they too can actually achieve it.
It was a nice experience to me. It was super exciting going to London, having friends, starting a new life, and seeing people I've never seen before.
I've always wanted to be in a computer lab, and today on my day in Coventry University, I had the chance to view some labs and some equipment. Coventry University is probably a nice place to study, and I'll make sure I work hard to be in a place like this.
The part I liked the most is the National Gallery. They were telling us about the history of olden days, and I would like to come back here, and I would like to study very hard in school to come back here.
And my experience in London has also made me to put more effort in my learning, and the places we visited in London has also opened my eye, in the sense that, like, my first time entering a very, and we went to the Cambridge University, the Imperial College. I learned a lot.
And I work harder in my school. When I get back home, I also relate what I have learned, what I have known, and my experiences in London with my colleagues, my friends, and my family members. I really want to thank the governor, His Excellency Pastor Mabasino, for giving us an opportunity like this.
All those experiences were not just fun, it really had an impact in me. The most important part of it all was that I went to Imperial College, and it really gave me an enlightenment about my career, and it really encouraged me and motivated me to study hard. I'm very happy that I'm here, and I'm very happy for the governor for making this trip possible. Governor Umo Basino, pray may God bless him.
And I promise myself that when I go home, I will study harder. I will be more studious so that I will also be able to transform my country to look like this country.
One of the best experiences I had was the visit to the Cambridge University, where I saw the time eater. The thing taught me that time waits for no one, so you must not waste your time on worthless things, on gainful things. So you invest your time on things that matters.
And it's been an eye-opener too for us, the minders, because in these children whom we've had the opportunity to mind, we're seeing sprout in them the passion, the interest, the motivation to study harder, to become more than they are at the moment, and they've been exposed to the truth that they can all live their truths, that they can grow up to become whoever and whatever they wish to be.
They have become ambassadors to Akwa Ibom State. They have come back with a different perspective. The governor of this state is justified for investing on these children to go out and see what is happening in other places and go and prepare themselves to perform. Having come back from this education trip, I am telling you, you see that they are going to compete to get to the peak of their academic performance.
On behalf of the education stakeholders, the students, the parents and the teachers, all the educationists, I said thank you. The experience, as I always call it, I won't change. I call it life-changing, a lifetime experience. It's a very rewarding experience, the whole trip. The visitation to schools, they had to, it was intentional to choose students of SS2, the senior secondary education class 2. Those are the ones that we knew that when they come back, they'll be preparing to take their exit examination, which is WASC and NECO. So at that point, we wanted them, to go and have an experience that can inspire you to do better. I've spoken to some of them. They are really, really inspired to do better. So again, thank you, His Excellency the Governor, for this initiative.
When we look at the children today, I'm happy. Even their intonation, even their confidence. I saw when they were stepping onto the plane to leave with you, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of uncertainty. But now I see how they stepped down from that. They came with gusto,
With the first ever Edu trip now a reality, the short and long-term impacts on Akwa Ibom State can only be imagined. The future is bright, and the seeds of transformation have been planted.